Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Hearthstone. Today we're working on Priest and Warlock runs, trying to get those two victories. Let's get into it. First things first, let me ask everybody to turn off any ad blockers, help me make a career, and while you're at it, why don't you like, share, and subscribe to this video. Go ahead, you haven't even seen it, but why not? So, I've moved from pushing start recording on the software I used in alt-tabbing into
the light shall bring victory.
Into using just a shortcut key on the keyboard. And while this has fixed one problem, it created another problem in which it became necessary for me to reinstall the remote program. I use Open Broadcast software, OBS. So I installed OBS remote on my cell phone, so I can see that when I hit the shortcut key, it actually started recording. Otherwise, I just know it's going to happen. It has happened before, and it probably will happen again, that I will go through an hour or two of gameplay and not be recording, which in a game like Hearthstone is pretty devastating, because it's not like I can just return to a save file and do it over again. No, this is one take theater. If I get my two victories here and I'm not recording, then I can't get the quest back. All I can do is say whoops at the next episode and say okay, I did it. So now I've got my cell phone running, and it is telling me that it is recording. It is also flashing the bit rate, which I bet was probably draining my network resources just a little bit. Probably not enough to be too concerned. It's probably draining the battery on my phone, which is more of a concern. Man, I just hate batteries on phones, and batteries in general. It just don't last. You love your device, your phone, or whatever. You want it to work, you want to use it all day, and then they're like, nope. Because you love it and want to use it, we're gonna say no to that, and instead run out of battery. Oh, for me, it runs out, I'd say, 2 to 3 hours before I really want it to. So if I'm gonna, usually it's not a problem if I'm not doing anything with the phone, but if I'm having a heavy day in which I'm doing lots of things on the phone, then yeah, there's a problem. And it just gets worse and worse over time.
Handle it!
And that's why I would never buy a cell phone that didn't have at least a replaceable battery, because I know from a fact, at least as things stand right now, that there's no, that I'm gonna buy a new battery for it. But even when I buy a new battery, the new battery I end up buying is put on the shelf for a year half the time, so it's not much better. And I fully admit I'm just gonna buy a new phone every 2 years because of that. If it weren't for the phone situation, I wouldn't do that.
I am master of magics.
Alright, this'll work.
Job's done.
So I was talking about my 150 Blackrock Mountain Adventure pre-order announcement, 150 views. Somebody had the gall to downvote me, and so of course I go and thumbs up myself, which I'm allowed to vote too, so nothing wrong with that. Of course I'm gonna like my own videos. If I didn't like to that such an extreme point that I wouldn't give them a thumbs up, I wouldn't bother to upload them. But I'm just kidding about being upset about that. It really doesn't bother me one bit. It doesn't hurt me in YouTube to be disliked, and I suspect a lot of people think, or which may be accurate. I don't even know if it is accurate or not. But I suspect people think if they thumbs down something, they won't be suggested more of the same, which might be true, might not be true. It's kind of hard to tell.
Behold the might of Stormwind! Man!
So let's get as much of the face as
Vaporization
possible.
commencing!
Even if he does break through at this 10, I bet I can take 13 down before he can take 21 down. Well, maybe not. Well, I think I've got this done anyways. I'm seeing 7 damage plus 4 damage is Alright, let's see. So we do this.
Vaporization commencing!
And this. This will do 10 damage, where this will do 9 damage. So we do this, and then this. And I add another 4 damage if necessary. Chaos break. I've kind of fallen off mentioning people's names just because I've had more things to talk about. I don't know if I'll get back into it or not. Names are names. It's not that interesting. It's about the most unique thing in Hearthstone that you can have, but that really isn't saying that much. Honestly, to get back to the dislike, if people want to dislike my videos and send an actual message there, you've got to
shall bring victory.
You're gonna have to leave a comment, and you're gonna have to leave a well-worded, not trolly critique. Because if you think my video sucks and you just put your video sucks, I'm gonna immediately dismiss you. If you think my video sucks and you just thumbs down it, I'm not even gonna get the message that you think my video sucks. I'm gonna just assume it's for some other reason that potentially you just accidentally hit the thing. So the only way you can even get the message that you think my videos suck is to give a long, well thought out critique. Like, your voice is dull and uninteresting. You sound like you don't have a high energy level. What you talk about is boring and repetitive. You repeat yourself constantly. The topics you choose to speak on are irrelevant to me. Things like that. You gotta really make a long, concise argument if you were gonna really wanted to give some actual critical
Job's done.
critical response to a video. Or it might just be you don't like the game, because I could certainly see people just thumbs downing because they don't like the game, and it has nothing to do with me. And I'm thick-headed and thick skinned, so I will more than likely assume it is some other reason people have downed it other than just that they don't like my portion of the creation of the video.
Job's done.
But I don't think that's the truth. Also, Frankly, if you're in a non-English speaking country and you thumbs down it, I have to just assume that you are one of the many organizations that is getting paid by certain people to thumbs up and like things, to hide the fact that you're really just a click bot, whether or not you're actually a robot or not. You go and you just thumbs down random videos. So, I mean, that's what I'm gonna assume, whether that is accurate or not. You just pick random videos that come up, and you sit there, and if it's on your list, you give it a thumbs up, and if it's not on your list, you give it a thumbs down. And you're not really my target audience anyways if you're coming from a non-English speaking country. Even if you do speak English. So, doesn't really bother me that much. That kind of bothers me, getting 5 back, and he's gonna get another 5 back here. So, maybe a lot of that is just that I'm saying I will self-insulate myself from critique, as all people do, and I'm just being more honest about it. But, whatever. If you're not gonna say anything but a thumbs down, that's fine. Now, I guess the argument can be made the other way too. If you're just gonna put a thumbs up, you're not really sending much of a message to me. You're sending me a little bit of a message, but not a lot, because I don't know if you are thumbsing up because you like the game. I don't know if you're thumbsing up because you like what I said in the video. I don't know anything. Job done. So I would much rather have a thumbs up and a comment saying, I appreciate what you talk about. I appreciate your perspective. I like how you are very consistent or whatever. Those would certainly be, in the exact same way, helpful bits of information. Bits of information that would help motivate me to go one direction versus the other. For instance, if people said, we love your Hearthstone thing, but we don't like Plague Inc. or whatever. Well, then I'd say, okay, let me see if the numbers really reflect that. And if I saw the numbers really reflected that from my perspective, I'd say, alright, well then maybe we don't do another thing like Plague Inc. Now, of course, the truth of it is, by the time anybody sends the first comment that they don't like Plague Inc., I've probably already recorded the entire series. It might motivate me to move or change how I'm going to release it, and so I might, instead of releasing it as a daily release, I might just say, alright, fine, here's the rest of Plague Inc., it's done, let's move on to the next series. Maybe I would think about doing that, but more, I would say, if you want to say you like this, but you don't like that, give me very detailed reasons. What are the parts of the game? If you don't like strategy games, and that's why you're saying you don't like Plague Inc., for this example, which it doesn't have to be Plague Inc., if you want to say that, that is much more helpful than saying I don't like strategy games versus saying I don't like this game, because probably by the time you've even seen the first episode of a series, I'm probably already through it. A lot of games I can play in just a week, 2 weeks, and because I can break them up, that might be a month or 2, and it's just series are going to get further and further in the future for old games. Now, if it's a new game, unless I have some early access, which I probably don't, I might be releasing those very early. One great example of that is Blackrock Mountain. I'm certainly going to try and release Blackrock Mountain when it unlocks as soon as possible. And one of the ways so how I'm gonna do that is I will, the day it comes out, unless it's one of those days where I'm so busy I can't record at all, which occasionally happens. The day Blackrock Mountain comes out, I'm gonna try and record 3 episodes at least, but probably 5 episodes at least in one day, because we won't be doing quests. We will be doing other things. Let's see. We won't be working on quests. We'll be doing other things, so I won't have to really stop after the 3rd episode.
Done.
I guess what I'll try and do is I'll try and have an episode focus on just one of the enemies in each of the Blackrock. So let's say 3 or 4 of the enemies come about. So, let's say in the first week, 3 or 4 enemies are available. Well, then I'll do those 3 or 4. Each guy will be 1 episode. And so, if each guy is 1 episode, we might have some extra episodes there where we work on other things. So yeah, it's probably not gonna be 5 per 1 episode though, so we'll probably be a little short on Hearthstone episodes. I don't know what to really do there. Probably we'll just grind. We'll just grind at that point. Grinding sounds like the right move. We'll do 5 games working on quests or whatever. Now that could be a lot of work too, because that means some days I will have a quest that I might need to unlock. Oh, there's so much up in the air about this whole thing.
Man. As you command. Job's done.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out all that out the first day the Blackrock Mountain comes out. I'm gonna have to figure out if fighting anything in Blackrock Mountain unlocks unlocks quests. I'm gonna have to figure out what happens. It should be fine even if there's only 3 3 bosses. Well, then there will also be probably 2.
For master.
There'll probably be 2 hero quests, whatever they're called. So that should make 5 episodes right there, in which we can work on that. The ones where they give you a specific hero you have to play as, ask you to beat the boss with the special deck they've made.
Get in there and
Yeah,
fight,
that should work
maggot.
fine. Oh, that's an interesting trick. And he life tapped. So we put
Behold
this in there.
the might of Storm! For master!
This.
Job's done.
So got him down to 7. I think I can win this one. Is he gonna life tap at 7? He'll lose either way. Oh, that's one way to not lose. Managed to life tap and get his. Let's see. Start with this, and then we'll start.
Handle it!
This.
Handle it! Job's done.
Restoring his health.
My shield for Argus.
Let's see. This.
Why do you fall?
This. And let's end our turn here. I think I might still win this.
Why do you call?
My shield for Argus.
So we deal this to kill this. We deal
Hit it very
to
hard.
kill this.
Tell them crush you.
Well, go ahead and life tap.
Hit it very hard.
This. So I'm showing 10 damage plus 12 if he life taps. Oops. I guess he didn't see that one coming. I didn't see that one coming, let's be honest here.
Intensification commencing.
So deal 2 damage, restore 2 to your health. Do that. Let's see. Tap this for a taunt. Nice.
Tadingo! You die
11
now!
to the face.
Job's done.
I think I got this.
You face Jaraxxus, Eladar Lord of the Burning Legion!
Jaraxxus. Is he gonna save him? I don't think it's gonna save him. Let's see. Destroy if it kills it, draw a card. Nope.
Well played! I see everything. You die now!
I wish I could do 1 damage to non-minion. But we'll see.
Inferno!
Kamikaze. I lost. Poor sportsmanship right there. Have to say, a little bit of poor sportsmanship. Kamikazing it so that we would both lose. Come on, just give the people the victories. I have to say, it is so difficult in this game. We have seen, if you've been following me for any prolonged amount of time playing Hearthstone, you know it is just so difficult to get victory in this game. That pulling tricks like that to tie so both players lose, it's just not cool. Everybody loses in this game, except for the really, really good players, the best of the best. Everybody loses in this game a lot. So if somebody has a victory, let them have the victory. You know they're working on quests. There's almost everybody's working on quests. You've seen me certainly let other people work on quests and not concede and just cut them short for whatever number of summons they're trying to do or the amount of damage they're trying to do. So yeah, it's just not cool. Not cool. Done. We only need 2 victories, right? Yeah. But even get 2 victories. Let's see. Just end the turn there. Took the bait. Wasted his heal. He actually fell for it. Going to this and take this one out. Job done. I found a new thing in the OBS program that if you go to help logs, you can actually, I guess, upload them to the website and they will analyze them. There's an analyze button and they'll tell you stuff. But frankly, a lot of the things it told me on the log didn't match with my actual experience, because they were saying that they've noticed a high frame delay and all kinds of things like that that I just haven't seen. Saying it's noticing dropped frames when if I'm dropping frames, it's not noticeable to me. In fact, I'm very surprised about how successful OBS has been about recording at 1080p 60 frames, and one of the things it said was we don't recommend recording things at 1080p 60 frames. So I think their information's just a little outdated. Because I do recommend recording at 1080p 60 as long as YouTube allows it. If you're uploading to YouTube now, if I was streaming to Twitch, maybe everything changes then. Could very so easily be that everything changes then. Let's see. Well, I don't see anybody go the way I think. So let's just end it. Yeah, if I'm streaming to Twitch, who knows? But I don't have a lot of reason to stream to Twitch. They don't feel, Twitch doesn't feel like my crowd, really, because there's just a lot of personalities on Twitch and not a lot of game playing. There's still a lot of game playing, but it seems like it's more about being a personality and being able to talk even more and go for hours and hours and hours, which is never going to work. So with all that combined together, I just don't see why I would start doing Twitch. Now I do start to see a reason why I would do Patreon at some point in the future. I'm not going to do it anytime soon. But I see a reason now in that it allows people to set up like a monthly or a monthly type donation towards me versus YouTube's tip jar thing, which is only a one-time thing. And I think you can have subscriber content on YouTube if you have over 1,000 subscribers, which is certainly a goal, to get over 1,000 subscribers for many different reasons. So that would certainly paint a more stable picture for me, just in my life. And can I really afford a game? Well, of course I can. I have over 1,000 people who have subscribed to my channel, and they all promised to pay $1. Yeah, just let's say 1,000 subscribers. They've all subscribed $1. That's $1,000 a month. That's more than enough to buy 2 or 3 games each month. Tech to be equal to its health. Let's see, what is this one's? +3 help. Alright.
Embrace the void.
Into the breach!
Ideally, I'd want probably about 3,000 people donating $1 to get about $3,000 a month, which would be more than enough for me to live comfortably. My car is by every second falling apart, but I'm not sure if I'm working out of the house I really need the greatest of cars, but I still probably need more. I would really like to replace my truck which was the first car I ever bought, and get back to like having a truck versus just the piece of junk car I have. But that's more of a nostalgia reason than anything else. Did I just hurt myself? I think I just hurt myself.
Well played.
To the breach!
Feel my pain.
I do believe I just hurt myself with my own heel. Didn't I? But yeah, I hurt myself. I wasn't paying attention, and I hurt myself. Oh, stupid. But beyond the car, eventually it's gonna get to the point where I need a new computer. I need a new microphone right now. Soundproofing would probably help. Some kind of passive air conditioning might help, so that I can air condition the room I'm recording in without making noise. That would be great.
Gul'dan versus Jaina.
That is the thing that makes me sweat and suffer the most. It's just that
Your soul shall be
the
mine.
heat and having fans turned off when recording. But I'd rather sweat and suffer than have pops and noise and just terrible, terrible audio. And maybe if I got a better microphone, I could have fans and things on and it not add as much noise. And then yeah, I want to build a new computer, a 4K gaming rig that can really handle all the games as they're coming out. I don't want to ever have to turn down the video graphics. Looks like this one's got the Blackrock Mountain card back, so you don't even have to pre-order to see it. But yeah,
Job's done.
I don't want to turn down the video graphics. I want to stay at 1080p 60 and start to think about potentially even going higher. If the talk starts going that direction, I suppose would be the best way to point that out. To say, if YouTube is really saying, we're about to allow 4K video at 60 frames per second, or 120 or 240 or something like that.
Job's done.
That would be certainly something that might have me go, well, maybe if I buy a 5 or 6 terabyte hard drive, I can start recording my videos and saving them up and uploading them at that higher frequency. But it would have to be pretty close to the release date of that feature, because saving that even on a 5 or 6 terabyte hard drive, it's only going to get a few series on there before it's full. That's really where YouTube is the best about what it's doing, is that it's just giving me unlimited free space to put these videos up. Space that I cannot back up locally. But as soon as it gets uploaded, unless there's some kind of copyright strike or something on it, I'm having to already delete everything. I just don't have the space for it. Just can't do that. I can't do that either. I hope we win here, because this is going to be our last episode. But we're going to go to a 3rd episode. We might very well go to a 4th episode. I doubt we'll go to a 5th episode. Going to a 4th episode is not a big problem in my book, because we have definitely recently been short on...
I'm sorry.
Why do you fall?
On having extra episodes, so it's not like... Alright. Yeah, I guess we'll leave it as it is. So having another one will just get us further ahead, because we've been kind of falling behind about how...
Give me a quest.
How many episodes I have in the can, ready to go.
Job's done.
hard to have enough to talk about, really, when you're recording 3 episodes in one day. Nvidia has their newest video card out, the Titan X, whatever. Not $1,000 video card, which is way too expensive. Way too expensive. I could not sleep well at night, even worse than I already don't sleep well at night, knowing I spent like $1,000 on
Whoops.
Hit it very hard.
On a video card or a CPU. I'm willing to spend $250, maybe even $300 on a CPU or a video card, but I am definitely not willing to spend 500 more. See what cards we lose.
Job's done.
I kind of wanted to keep that one, but that's just too much. That's too much putting into one piece. And the only way, if anything, at that price point is actually getting you a high enough value to justify that. The only way you're going to really get that by getting a $1,000 video card and a $1,000 CPU and potentially a $500 motherboard and potentially $500 of the biggest, fastest RAM you can ever find. It just, you have to get top of the line for every single part just so that the bottleneck doesn't become something else. And because what good is a $1,000 video card if the bottleneck is your $100 Pentium Celeron processor? Well, I don't think I played that right.
I am master of magic.
I'm not feeling like I'm gonna win this. I think I've played too many of my tricks and it's not gonna come out well for me.
You might feel a little tipsy.
All that's too expensive. I can understand spending maybe $1,000, a little bit over $1,000 on a computer, but when you're starting getting into 2,000, 3,000, 4,000,
Behold the might of storm wind.
Sounds like you're just flushing money down the toilet.
Vaporization commencing.
Job's done.
There is a very legitimate argument that the Titan X will not be anywhere as optimized as the next generation mid-level thing. We've seen that in video games where there have been systems that are technically superior, like the PS3, but the programming and the optimizations to it just don't come about. And so I think the API, the DirectX 12, and all of that will probably in the next generation be much more valuable than buying a Titan X. Oh man, we have only gotten 2 victories in 2 episodes. That kinda stinks. It really stinks. But anyways, that's the end of this episode. Next time we will be back to mage runs. Hopefully we will get a victory on the mage first things first, and then we'll maybe do mage and warlock runs if we after that point. Keep it spiced up, because if we can get one more Warlock run, one more Mage run, we will only then have to get 3 Mage and Shaman runs, and we can throw in the Shaman. So it could be Mage, Warlock, and Shaman next episode. We're still working our way up towards as much gold as we could possibly cost us to unlock Blackrock Mountain. But I don't know how much that is. I think at the maximum it could be 3,500. I think I've heard it will be on sale or for bulk discounts, so it might be less than that, but I don't know by how much less, and I don't think anybody knows. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me through fan funding, click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Any amount you can donate will be greatly appreciated. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Google Plus, or friend me on Steam or Battle.net so you can play me here, all that information is down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.